is going on, YouTube? And a very Merry Christmas to everybody. Now you might be thinking, well, it's January 1st, or actually it's January 1st as I'm recording this video right now. But technically, the Christmas season, at least in the Catholic Church, goes until January 6th, which is the Epiphany. So those of you waiting to get it over with, you know, at least give the three wise men a chance to get there, right? You got camels, a lot of shit to carry. And anyways, I really meant to release this on Christmas Day. It just didn't work. Sickness rolled through my family. Don't worry, it wasn't COVID, it was just influenza A, right? People kind of forgot about that one. But anyways, everybody's doing fine. There was a lot of cool presents to play with and things, and I just didn't have it in me to make a video. So I was going to do Christmas Truce and Krampus by Fierschwanz. I was going to release those two on Christmas Day. Good intentions, didn't happen. So here I am, it's still the Christmas season, and we're going to check out both of those. So as soon as you're done with this video, go check out Krampus, because I plan on releasing these two at the same time, if everything falls into place, that is. Anyhow, my SABATON fans, it's been a long time. This song has probably been the most requested song on my channel so far. And a lot of those recommendations come from my video, No Bullets Fly. Because as I was picking apart the whole concept behind that story, you know, the idea of why the hell are we fighting? Who is my enemy? What did they ever do to me? It reminded me of the story of the Christmas Truce, which was one of my favorite stories from my undergrad when I took my capstone class on World War I. It just kind of stuck with me. And because I talked about it, of course, the moment it released, everybody was like, hey, you need to check out Christmas Truce. And I was like, I know. But you got to understand something about me really quick and Christmas. November 1st rolls around and my wife is hounding me to put up Christmas lights, to get everything out for the Christmas tree. There is Christmas music in my house, in every room, the moment Halloween is over. It drives me batshit crazy. So by the time Christmas hits, first of all, I want to punch Paul McCartney in the face for that Wings song that's so god-awful. But it's just too much and too early. And I didn't mean to be stubborn, but this song dropped. I don't even know when it dropped. Oh, I'm looking here. Premiered October 29th. So that's right around the time when I am planting my feet in the ground saying, I'm not doing a damn thing for a couple more weeks at least to get ready for Christmas. So anyways, there's my long and short of why I haven't covered this yet. But here we go. I've missed you guys, my SABATON family, the Panzer Battalion, all of you. You guys should know by now I've got long intros, so deal with it. But let's go ahead and check it out. I'm going to just give a brief overview, and then we'll get into the song. Deal? Okay. Okay, so I'm all set. I've got a nice, what is this? Bell's Christmas Scotch Ale that I have here that I got out of the awesome beer fridge that my wife got me. Maybe I'll add a picture to it right there. It sits right over there, the good stock. So hey, any donations, fill up the beer fridge. Actually, I thought about this. Donation, you request the beer, I go pick it up, and then I'll give you a shout out and let you know what I think about it on my next video. I don't know. I'm trying to get this channel. I'm trying to get motivation back up so I'm doing more videos again. You don't have to do donations. It's okay. Oh, and I also got the closest thing I have to an ugly Christmas sweater. I think it's appropriate, right? See you in the Holy Land. Okay. Anyways, here we go. Long time coming. Christmas Truce. Here we go. Western Front, 1914. Oh, you know what? I guess I don't have to tell the story. Actually, check out SABATON History Channel. Just released the story. It's about 25 minutes or so. They released it, I think, on Christmas Eve. So if you're curious as to what this is about, if you didn't know already, check that out. I'm not going to waste any more time. So there we go. Helps if I put my earbuds in, right? So here we go. For real this time. That was Tommy. Wow. As always, really well done.
Come on, man. Wake up. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Thomas! Come on!
Okay. You know I talk a lot, but before we get into this song really quick, a few things that should be kind of brought to light. A lot of these people were told that this war would be over by Christmas time, right? And we know it went on for like 4 years, right? But obviously, it wasn't over by Christmas time. And a lot of these people were volunteers. And by this time, morale was just at an all-time low, obviously. People were just holed up in these trenches. The trenches weren't designed to be lived in for any length of time, right? There was no sanitation. There was just literally body parts everywhere. There were dead horses rotting. There was just, you look in no man's land and it's just people. It's just corpses and things. And even worse, maybe even people who weren't corpses but were just there, a truly, truly nightmarish situation. So they did a pretty good job of kind of recreating just kind of like the confusion and all that. So. I like how it's got that sound of, that Christmas carol, Hark Come the Bells, something like that. That's cool. I love that melody in the background. Really cool.
Silence. Oh, I remember the silence on a cold winter day.
Hang on one second. Let me try to fix these captions. Hang on.
Silence. Oh, I remember the silence.
It wasn't Vietnamese.
On a cold winter day. After many months on the battlefield, and we were used to the violence. Then all the cannons went silent, and the snow fell. Voices sang to me from no man's land. We are all, we are all, we are all, we are all friends. And today we're all brothers, tonight we're all friends. Our moment of peace in a war that never ends. Today we're all brothers, we drink and unite. Now Christmas has arrived and the snow turns the ground white. Hear carols from the trenches, we sing a holy night. Our guns laid to rest on wood snowflakes. Our Christmas in the trenches, our Christmas on the front, far from home.
That's cool. Really cool chorus. Really, really nice. But something that I get out of that, I worked in the emergency room for a while, right? And you just get so used to beeps, right? All the monitors beep, 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 beep constantly. And it's kind of like, I don't want to compare it, but, that's all they heard was just gunfire, gunfire, gunfire. Shells, artillery, boom, 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 just constantly. And you just, after weeks, months, it just... So just imagine what it was like when it went silent. It's just nothing, right? Just like in that ER, if all of a sudden you walked in and there were no beeps, it would be weird, right? Almost jarring, almost uneasy, right? And that's kind of what it was. They woke up that morning and it was just quiet for like the first time. And the snow was actually white, which they probably hadn't seen. It was probably, bloodied, and their rifles were actually being covered with snow because they weren't being used. Really cool. And you see Hannes kind of walking up there, holding up some kind of truce banner. So, or his hat. Okay. What are you doing?
Madness. How I remember the sadness. We were hiding our tears in a foreign land where we faced our fears. We were soldiers, carried the war on our shoulders for our nation. What are you doing? Is that when we bury our friends?
getting some Bismarck vibes here all of a sudden. Kind of that bridge from Bismarck. Yeah, definitely tearing up over here. I don't know if you can tell with the glasses, but another thing to note is, well, a few things. There's two ways to develop an enemy in your mind, right? There's the one that they used for the World War, basically both World Wars, and that's just painting the other as just this monster, right? There was propaganda on both sides that talked about, the Germans are going to come over and steal your wives and, rape your daughters, and they call them the Huns and things like that. And there's another where the enemy is just very different from you. And it's not as common today as it was back then, but when Rome was fighting against barbarians, I mean, they're very easy to say, well, they're not like us. They're very different, right? Different languages, different religions, things like that. Well, in America, at least, a lot of Christmas traditions that we got came from Germany, right? The Christmas tree and a lot of other things. And the religion, for the most part, was pretty much the same. A lot of people in America hadn't been there for many generations, if even very long at all. People who came from Germany, right? So it didn't take much for them to realize, wow, these people are no different, like really, And I don't want to open up a whole can of worms. I know people get kind of heated in the comments sometimes and whatever. It's been a while since I did a video. And I think a lot of people appreciate some of the things I have to say. Otherwise, just watch the regular video, right? But something something to think about is how we develop enemies in our mind, and how in order to fight a war, you have to convince your soldiers and the population that those other people are not like you and those other people are monsters. So it's all ridiculous, really. And World War I was a big turning point in a lot of those kind of newer thoughts, right, as far as the enemy and war and things. The other thing I wanted to talk about really quick is, for those reasons, commanding officers didn't like this. And I want to say, after I didn't watch the whole SABATON History channel, I just watched a few minutes of it, but I want to say it was really hard to get back to fighting. And I think some people had to be even executed because they either refused to fight or, different things like that. And commanding officers had to really kind of put their feet down and make a few examples just to get them killing again. So it's crazy. It's ridiculous. And again, the war went on for another 3+ years. So super sad, super unfortunate. But just a really cool video. Amazing. This is so Bismarck. Even that time signature switch there. Well, maybe the time signature doesn't switch, but it... So they're actually burying the dead in the no man's land, I guess.
Turns the ground white. On Christmas on the front line, we walk among our friends. We don't think about tomorrow. The battle will commence when we celebrate to Christmas. We thought about our friends, those who never made it home when the battle had commenced.
It's just profoundly sad, Like how do you you just get a present? They gave cards and presents and things like that. How do you turn around and start shelling them again? When you, on your person or in your area, you've got, the present that you received from somebody over there that you're, it's just horrible. story by Pear. Took a lot of people. Amazing. All right. Well, I'm glad that I did this today. But let's go ahead and wrap it up. Man, I don't think I've ever teared up to that extent watching the video. It was close with When Bullets Fly. Or I'm sorry, No Bullets Fly. But just, man, very powerful. And SABATON always does a great job of doing that, you know. Just bringing people together, evoking emotions, and making you think, you know. And the biggest thing we can get from this, kind of like I talked about, is just, you know, when we fight wars, like, who are these people? And what kind of stories have we been told about these people to get us to think a certain way, to hate them, to kill them, right? And I think the reason why so many people enjoy studying World War II is because it was kind of a clear-cut thing as to what everybody was fighting. I mean, it was a pretty prominent evil by anybody's sense of definition, right? So it's a very digestible war to talk about, at least for the Allies. I mean, I know it's super uncomfortable, but that ideology and everything is pretty clear cut. And some wars are like that. Sometimes it's pretty easy to say, well, this is why they're enemies or whatever. But a lot of times, just a lot of propaganda and things that get us thinking that way. Again, I'm probably digging a hole, but whatever. What else is new? I'm going to go ahead and check out Krampus, so make sure you check that out as well if you're done here. If you're not done yet hearing me ramble, it's great to see everybody again. I hope everybody had an amazing Christmas and a great New Year. And here's really hoping that 2022 has some good stuff in store for us. So it's been a rough couple of years, but we've made it this far. I got a good feeling. But either way, until then, everybody, as always, be safe, be healthy, and be nice to each other.